Hayden, we're on bout 3 here. Ricky Tshabalala versus Serge Kongolo. What's your take on this?
First 6-rounder for Ricky Tshabalala. I think it's going to be a good test for him. Coming off a split decision, so he needs to come out and really show his intent. He's a crowd favourite here. He's an extremely good amateur. He's 2-0. Let's see what he can do in the professional ranks.
Definitely. Ricky's last fight wasn't looking very well. What do you think?
Look, I think a lot of things has to do with it. His weight division for one was wrong. He's now a middleweight, yeah. Let's see how he goes at middleweight. I recently did an episode with him in camp. He looks like he's definitely increased his speed. So let's see if that has any factor.
Also with a very talented young trainer, Damien Durant, coming from a legend. His father, Nick Durant, who passed away recently. I think he learned a lot from his father. He's got big shoes to fill, which I think he is filling them. He's got excellent boxers in his camp. What's your take on that?
Look, Damien Durant's had 17 fights this year, 16 wins, only a single loss. That speaks volumes about how good he actually is.
Definitely.
I think he's got
and he's young.
I think he's young, and he's definitely got a lot to prove yet. And he could be definitely in the running for SA Trainer of the Year this year.
Definitely. What I love about him is he interacts with his boxers, hand pads, everything. He sweats with his boxers.
Yes.
That is a trainer. That is a trainer.
Look, I've watched him on the pads.
Yeah, we're on first round. Oh, Ricky throwing a very good stuff jab. Taking his time, not rushing anything. This looks good. This does look good. Looks promising.
Look, Ricky looks a lot more structured. You can see Damien's definitely been doing a lot of work with Ricky. You can see, look at him. He looks a lot more calm. He's just, the guards are a bit tighter. He looks, from the start, a more complete boxer.
Definitely. Do you know anything about his opponent? Well, looks like he's had 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. His last fight.
Yeah, look, Kongolo looks like he's a durable opponent. 6 rounds, he's 2 wins, 2 losses, but don't look too deeply into that. He's definitely been with some of the bigger names. He's just had a fight. He's gone the distance against the middleweight, Walter
Dlamini,
yeah,
yes. Walter
he went the
Dlamini.
distance with him.
I knew Walter Dlamini, dropped him in sparring a couple of times. Very wild boxer. But also very tough.
Yes.
Very tough. At the end of the day, this game doesn't care how good you are, it cares how tough you are. Definitely.
I noticed Ricky's definitely changed it up. He's not so over-reliant
So
on that right
relaxed.
hand. He used to be
Yes,
very reliant
very.
on that overhand right.
Wanted
He
to
looks
hit out
looks like he's jabbing a bit more.
much more.
Look at him. He looks so much more calm. He just looks like he's well prepared for this fight.
Yes. No, you can see he's definitely worked with Damien. That's a lot of hand pad work, eh? That's a lot of hand pad work.
Yeah, look, and also you got to give credit
A lot of combo drills.
to Damien's second hand, his assistants, I should say. He's also a very good coach, and I definitely think he's helped out a lot. He was helping the late Nick Durant just before, and now he's gone on to help Damien. So
Oh, yes.
look, that's obviously a lot of experience.
All that knowledge has been passed down. No, definitely. I'm loving Ricky's jab. This jab is giving... It's giving Serge such a hard time.
Yeah, look, Serge is definitely looking a little bit more cautious. You can see, I think he's, I could be wrong, but I definitely say he feels that Ricky is probably the favorite boxer here in this fight.
Definitely.
But yeah, Ricky is definitely throwing that jab. Oh, there's the overhand right, just missed it, but you can see the intent there is from Ricky.
Look, we're only in the first round of boxing, yeah. I think if Ricky can keep this up, he can open his opponent up and maybe land an overhand right. I saw he threw a couple of very, very talented uppercuts. No wild stuff, very good uppercuts. He's just trying to time them correctly. He's just missing them, but he threw a couple of uppercuts that I really did enjoy. I liked them. A lot of body weight behind the punch.
If you see
Defense is very good.
Defense is good, and if you see he's got really good balance for a guy of that weight division. Usually guys are falling over and they can't carry their weight. Ricky's looking very good at middleweight.
Yes.
You can see he doesn't have the smallest of legs, which show, and he looks like a genuine middleweight.
Yes. Fuck, she's more.
Okay, we're on for round number 2.
So we're on round number 2. First round looked to me at 10-9 in Ricky's favor, definitely.
Yeah.
That jab is right behind that jab. That jab is just landing beautifully. I think let's see if he can set his opponent up for something here. Serge throwing some nice jabs too.
I don't know, Ash. What do you think? Do you think Ricky is more suited to the middleweight division than he is?
Personally, no, I do not think so.
What do you think?
I personally think he can lose more weight and he can go down to the welterweight division. He is a welterweight for me. Look at Tools. Look at Tools' build. Tools' back is just as broad as Ricky's. I think Ricky's got a bit too much muscle on him. He can cut a lot more. He can run a little bit of that weight off. He's just got too much muscle fiber. It just doesn't accelerate quick enough. The guys that are sitting at 77, 78 kilos that drop down to the middles, junior middles especially, they're bouncing on their feet. Look at Serge. Serge looks more comfortable to me in his weight. He throws his body more comfortably.
An interesting fact about Ricky, he used to box amateurs that are around 86 kilograms. So he has cut down a significant amount already in the professional game. But I think sometimes it just takes that time to lose that weight.
Look, definitely amateurs and professional, two different worlds. Any world champion will tell you this.
Look at a guy like Danny Jacobs. He looks like a light heavyweight, but he's walking around at middleweight. I'm sure if Ricky went to welterweight, for example, that would be the same. He'd almost come up to about a super middleweight weight once he rehydrates.
Yeah, look, I personally think Ricky could rip to super welter. Personally, in my opinion, I see him sitting at 66 kilos. I do see it with his body. I stand next to him a lot.
Yeah.
I've greeted him. Very good friend also of mine. I've seen it. Also sparred a lot at Colin Nathan's gym at the Hot Box.
Yeah.
Look, he's a phenomenal boxer.
Look, I've known Ricky since.
I just think he's got a lot of weight on him. A lot of weight. You know where his test will come? His test will come in his 15th pro fight in the junior middleweight division, because what happens is these guys will go comfortably in the junior middleweight, and then you'll go up it to middleweight. You'll up that muscle a little bit. You're sitting in guys like Thomas Oosthuizen's territory. And what do you think about that?
Well, those guys are big. Those guys are really big. Look,
but not just big, but very comfortable with their weight.
Yeah, very comfortable with their weights. I mean, if you look at the junior middleweight division worldwide, that's a hot division right now.
Yes.
Well, we call in South Africa, we say junior middleweight. It can also be called super welterweight.
Super welter, yes.
I actually prefer the word super welterweight because for me, like, we're not juniors, we're super.
Yes.
And here's the thing. I think Ricky's winning this round again.
Definitely.
And
he's getting a little bit cocky with his hands down. I don't like it. A lot of guys throw wild hooks, get caught like that. But it was an excellent round. I think it's Ricky's favor again. Yeah. Definitely on point.
Yeah, look, Ricky, you can definitely see. I mean, I've seen him grow from his days when he started turning pro and amateur days as well. You know, I've been a very avid watcher, a boxer, and it looks like he caught him there, but referee breaks him up. Yeah, of course, I've known Ricky from all the way from high school. You know, we were friends from pretty much grade 8 at Tshabalala High School for boys, and he's a gentleman as a human being, and you can see it just shows in his boxing. A little bit arrogant towards the end of the second round, but Ricky is an extremely good.
That's
extremely good
coming
man.
out.
No, Jeppy,
Jeppy boys coming
they
out
definitely have a lot of respect,
and confidence.
And confidence, yeah. Look, I mean, Ricky's another one of those top boxers. You know, he's just going to grow. It's not really arrogance. It's more confidence, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ricky is a phenomenal amateur, and he's stepping into the program now. It's a completely new game, and he's having to start from the beginning. And he's looking like he's getting more comfortable. He spars with the likes of Ilunga Makabu, Imani,
which is a phenomenal boxer.
And a guy like Imani Kalamba, who's knocked out everyone in his face.
Phenomenal boxer too.
Augustine Matata, who's also undefeated. I mean, Damien Durant's gym is littered full of middleweights and light heavyweights. These guys
He's got the most champs, I think, in South African boxing right now.
Yeah, look, I mean, the stable that Ricky is in, I think, in terms of sparring for his weight division, he's probably in the best place.
Yeah. Look, we're also talking a former two-time SA champion in the amateur division. Look, like I said, amateur boxing and professional rankings, two different worlds. But when you deal with the SA champion in boxing, then you know he's had a lot of fights, and that is what you want. They're not going to just choose you for the SA team because you're not a good boxer, you know. Mm-hmm. So you gain a lot of fight experience. You know, you get boxers, you get fighters, but in my personal opinion, in his last couple of fights, he looked like a fighter. What I'm seeing here tonight is he's looking like a boxer. I really think that is stable changing. This is Damien's work really showing here tonight. And his sparring partners. Ricky looks a little bit heavy on his feet now. He doesn't have that precision and that explosive power that I'm looking for, really. And that is why I personally think his muscle is gonna count against him in longer terms in his career.
Well, I did speak to Damien before the fight at the weigh-in, and he did say that Ricky gets better as the rounds go on. So, I mean, let's see. As you say, his legs are looking a bit heavy, but sometimes we see boxers get a second wind and they come back even stronger.
Yeah, but true. They're scheduled for 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And let's see how the distance goes. Maybe he does get strong. But personally, Serge looks like he's having some fun. Hands are dropped, throwing the jab very, very precisely, very explosively. Look at Serge punching power. It's there. It's not knockout strength, but his punch is there behind him.
This was definitely the closest round so far.
Definitely, that was a very close round. Serge looking at his opponent there with deep blue eyes. Or just put a little bit of more timing and explosiveness in it. There's it coming now. There, Ricky's putting a bit more aggression now. Oh, very good. There's the jab coming through now. Landing, there's another jab. That jab is so important, Aiden. What do you think?
No, very important. It's the fundamentals of a setup punch, or it's the fundamentals of a boxer that's already special, like a Pernell Whitaker. Someone like that who's got a special jab. Ricky loves throwing the right hand, so I know it's more of a setup shot for Ricky, but he has got such a peach of a jab.
Yes. No, look, if he's got a good right hand, the only thing he needs to do is make a good left hand. Because the best punch you'll have in your book is your jab.
Yeah.
It's your savior, it's your distance provider. It gets you out of trouble, it puts you in trouble. It's a very special punch. If you can learn the art of throwing that jab, I think you could take a lot of boxes on, eh?
So a little bit of history on Ricky Tshabalala. He only started boxing at the age of 18. So, just his fundamentals in such a short space of time, that's absolutely incredible for someone like him to be an SA champion at senior level.
Not like an Anthony Joshua.
He's like an Anthony Joshua, same thing.
Definitely.
They both started at the age of 18, straight out of high school, decided to come box because they did other sports in school. You can see how much the sport means to him. If you hear him talking about it, one of his favorite boxers is Floyd Mayweather Jr., guys like Roy Jones Jr. These are special boxers.
My all-time favorite too, Roy Jones. Captain Left Hook.
He always watches tapes just before his fights. I know that from doing many episodes with him. He loves watching boxing. I think that's very important. Some boxers don't like watching boxing.
Very. I think you learn a lot from looking outside the box. That is so true. A great trainer of mine too, 6-time world champion, Cassius the Hitman Beloy, former world champion, former boxer of the great Nick Durant. I boxed amateurs for Cassius for about 3 years, gained an amateur record of 27 fights, 22 wins and 5 losses under him. And looking at what Cassius taught me was, he said, if you want to learn how to box, go look at the best doing it. And the only way you can do that is by watching videos. I learned a lot from Roy Jones. My first video the great Hitman passed to me was a Roy Jones video, and I went and looked at it, and it worked on a lot of my style. I see Ricky doing a lot of Floyd's shuffles here, steps. Not too much with Roy. Roy's a really lazy and sloppy fighter, very confident, hands down, very fast punches. Ricky needs to put his defense up now. He's getting hit.
Yeah, look, Ricky obviously now he's in the corner, now he's in trouble. Oh, but he gets out of the trouble. Ricky having a little bit of a smile at Serge, saying your power isn't anything, and I think Serge didn't really buy it, and he keeps coming forward.
I see the crowd getting very anticipated to see what's going to go on. I see punches and heads getting hit here, and they're standing there throwing.
Oh, great shot there from Ricky. Oh, round's over.
Saved by the bell. Serge looking very happy, very confident. What's your take on that?
Look, I think Serge is coming into this fight a bit better. Ricky looks like he needs to up his work rates a little bit.
What do you think about Anton Gilmore? I mean, he's also a phenomenal trainer. You fought Cassius Beloy, broke his jaw in this, I think it was the 7th or the 8th round. They had a war also, the Cassius Hitman Beloy. I mean, that's very good experience for a boxer and trainer.
Anton Gilmore's been there and done that. He's fought the best guys in the country as well within his weight division, and he's taking it into his training. He used to train Paul Kamanga, probably his best boxer and prospect in this country. Yeah, look, he took Paul from literally fight number
amateurs,
one.
Yes.
Paul Kamanga is now the WBC International Junior Welterweight champion
of the world.
Yeah, look,
and he's moved to the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so Anton took him there, and he's just refining his skills in the UK. I think he flies back to South Africa sometime soon, so we hopefully going to do an episode with him. And
I'm looking forward to that, Hayden. Here we're in round number 5, yes. Both boys coming out with a lot of confidence, standing toe to toe. Serge Serge just looks a bit more energetic to me, funny enough. Yes, he took shots, but it just looks like his confidence is there. And I just wish Ricky could have that confidence.
Yeah, Ricky just landed a good right hand there.
Ricky trying to throw now.
But some of the punches are looking a little bit forced. However, Ricky, there you go. That's a bit wasteful there from Ricky. But Ricky is pushing the pace. So he's definitely, in terms of ring generalship, Ricky is definitely pushing the pace.
You might think I'm a bit crazy here, believe it or not, but I really think Ricky has a problem with his right boxing boot.
Okay.
I've been seeing him a couple of times now, watching his step, looking at his boot the whole time. Maybe it's slipping off, maybe it's not tight enough on the top of his ankle. I don't know.
Oh, good body shot there from Ricky. Yeah, look, I haven't seen it myself, but I'll definitely keep a keen eye on that one. Looks like there's a little bit of water in Anton Gilmore's corner there.
Definitely. Boxers could slip if they get caught. They could score it wrong, say it's a knockdown. Both guys looking like they might be getting a bit fatigued now, but Serge's confidence is still there. The smiles are there. Dropping his hands, throwing his head, taking the defense, taking the punches.
I'll tell you what I don't like about both boxers. When the referee says break, they both have their hands down. They should always protect themselves at all times, and both boxers are not doing that.
There we go. We might just have a history rewrite of Floyd and Victor Ortiz. Yes.
That's a very interesting point. It looks like both boxers are definitely trying to dig it out in the pocket at the moment.
Serge picking his punches now, with his hands down and relaxed.
I definitely think that Serge is coming on a bit stronger. In the first 2 rounds, I would give it to Ricky clean.
Yes, definitely.
But the last 2 rounds have been very hard to score.
Serge's ring craft looking like it's coming through now. Looks like he wants to play, take his time and select his punches and land nicely. Ricky's punches looking very soft there.
Look, I think Serge's going the distance with a guy like Walter Glamini is definitely, you can see he's getting stronger as the rounds go on as well.
Yes, no, definitely.
Oh, good shot there from Serge.
Those jabs are coming also from Serge. A very important fact. When you box 2, 3 or 4 punch combo, finish with a jab or a double jab or even 3 jabs. This is what boxers should be training in the gyms. Yeah. Look at the Americans.
Good jab there from Ricky.
The Americans have that so cut out.
Yeah.
The jab is everything.
Great movement now. Look, trying to change the angle there was Ricky. Oh, he gets caught.
Ricky's getting caught. I don't want him to get caught to the dumb punch. There's an overhand right. Looked like he hurt him a bit, but no.
Some of these punches are getting through.
A lot of them are getting through. If it does not drop him, it could hurt him in the latest rounds. Fatigue.
Yeah, look, obviously this is the first time Ricky's going 6 rounds, so
definitely.
Let's see. He's in the rounds that have gone beyond 4. This is the first time he's done it.
And if I'm not mistaken, he begged for these 6 rounds. He said to Damien, I do not want to fight 4 rounds, I want 6 rounds.
This is it, eh? This is it. That's why this is a real
Look at Serge taunting his opponent. Look at his Serge taunting his opponent. He's so confident. Look at him right now.
Serge is definitely making a comeback in this fight to the point
there we go. He's eating off the crowd.
Do you know how important this last round will be, Ash?
Very important.
I think this is crucial.
I personally think if Serge comes out now swinging very hard and non-stop on the back foot for Ricky, you could lose this on a split decision.
So, you know what? What do you say to a guy like Ricky? He's looking like this. He needs to dig deep in this fight. He really needs to listen to his trainer, Damien Durant.
I think we need transparency for boxers. I think he needs to realize now that if he does not start working, he will be losing this fight. I think as trainers, we need to tell our boxers this. You know, my late great trainer also, Rupert van Aswegen, SA champion, nephew of the great Gerry Coetzee. Rupert told me in my first 4-rounder, I was losing it. He told me if I do not work, I will lose the fight. And I did lose the fight on a split decision. It did damage me, but not that much because I knew what I was capable of. But I was very, very lazy and awkward. But I have learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
Serge coming out here. He wants it. Oh, through a very hard right hand now.
It was actually a very good jab there from Ricky, just in between the flurry, and Serge just took it on the chin easy.
There we go. Ricky looks like Ricky's coming out with a lot of aggression here, but the problem I have with him is he throws it for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and then it's over. You will see right now. He looks like he almost gets fatigued in the rounds. He's there good for a good minute, and then it's over. Look at the jabs landing, very nice. But he's going to stop now. Serge taking the punches and Serge just counter punches.
Yeah, look, Serge is looking very comfortable. He doesn't look fatigued at all coming into these rounds. Perhaps a little bit sloppy in that exchange. But yeah, these last 2 minutes are so important.
I see Serge also I would say he's got a strong chin. He can take a punch. He's here for 6 rounds. He came to fight. If I'm not mistaken, they got 8 ounces on, or it's a 10 ounce.
10 ounce.
It is 10 ounce for middleweight.
Yeah, welterweight division and up is
10 ounce.
10. Yeah. Yeah,
They
look.
have changed it.
Yeah, because
3 years ago it was different.
I don't know if you remember, but there was a whole debate with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather.
Ricky just.
Oh no,
Ricky just threw a punch.
I'm wrong. It's 69 and up because that's the weight division. Yeah.
Okay.
Ricky's got him against the ropes now. Oh, a bit wild there. He needs to time his punches.
Make him tired.
But it looks like the crowd is getting behind Ricky Tshabalala right now. They want Ricky Tshabalala to knock out Serge Kongolo.
Use a jab. Use it.
Looks like Ricky is stalking his opponent now. Oh, great body shot there from Ricky Tshabalala. Looks like Ricky is sort of coming back now and taking this last round.
Yes. Hayden, I think Ricky's going to win this. He's got Serge on the back foot. He's got him on the back foot until the end of this round. He will win this. Unanimously, I don't think so, but a split decision, definitely.
Yeah, look, Ricky is now starting to chop at the body a bit. I think he should have been investing there a lot earlier in this fight. Serge looks like he's getting a bit tired as we speak. Ricky is also looking a bit tired, but he's looking a lot better. Oh, here comes Serge coming back though. But Ricky is just biding his time.
Ricky also in his game, taking a punch. Also showing Serge that he is a man. He's here to box, he's here to fight, he's here to get punched.
Yeah, look, Serge is coming up. He's definitely a strong guy. You know, you can't discredit how tough Serge Kongolo is, but he's making a huge comeback here. Look at him landing the punches. Ricky is now holding at the moment, but the referee is breaking him up. A very important last couple of seconds.
Damien speaking to his boxer saying there's 1 more minute, push it.
Look, it looks like Ricky, great body shot there. I like the fact that he's going to the body. This should have been from a lot earlier though.
Definitely, definitely. Problem is these boxers want to dig
Last
too
10
deep in the
seconds.
last rounds.
Last 10 seconds. Ricky might be looking for that right hand. Look, he looked for it. There you go. He's
Yeah, Ricky looking for a hard right hand.
Look,
Nothing landed. Excellent fight. Both of them hugging each other, saying very well done to one another.
First fight, I have it, and this is my personal belief, is that this fight might go down as a draw.
A draw.
Or-
I think so too. If not
Or it could be a
unanimously, it would be a very bad decision unanimously because Serge did bring the heat. Ricky did bring the heat. I think they fair played for 3 rounds each.
We could be
They-
seeing
yes.
we could be seeing a split decision, whether it's a draw or whether it's a point decision.
There we
I think
go.
a very close fight.
There we go.
Look, both camps look extremely confident. That's why sometimes as
Ricky's legs looking a bit lazy now walking.
Well,
I think that weight got to him. What do you think?
I don't know. He was underweight actually at the weigh-in. He was about 71 point something. So it could be the potential first weight cut. But look, if they give the decision to Ricky,
Do you think he should go heavier?
in weight? No. I definitely think this is the right. If you look at his body size, I don't think he should be going any heavier than this. As you saw in the last fight, so the other guy was bigger than him.
I think he should start a very strict eating plan then, based on his weight. He should stay around 75 kilos
I
to
don't-
lose
if
6-7 kilos.
If you look at both boxing camps right now, I can't really tell who is the more confident. I think both guys are pretty resigned to getting a draw. I think if you look at Anton and Damien, both guys are not really celebrating right now, so they don't actually know who won this fight.
Yes.
Serge looks a bit confident, but he's looking
Serge,
at the whole fight.
Very confident. Look at Serge's body type. He looks like a natural super welterweight.
Yeah.
Look at the body type. Much more heavier build, much more muscle mass. So his cut is easy.
It was like a perfect angle. Sorry.
Yeah, Serge looking at like a natural super welterweight for me, Hayden. Just looking at Ricky, I mean his opponents walking behind him there. Look at the size difference. Serge is a much bigger guy, much more natural bigger guy. I think these guys are going to start hurting Ricky later in his career if he fights more talented guys at that kind of level.
Okay.
I personally think he must pull more weight. What do you think?
I think so. Let's hear the scores.
And we now go to the judges' scorecards. The first of our 3 judges, the upper nominated, scores this contest 57 The second of our 3 judges, Wally Snowball, sees it 58-56 for Ricky Tshabalala. And our third and final judge, Simon Grant, stopping this contest in the middleweight division over 6 rounds, sees this contest 57-57. This fight is declared a draw.
Hayden, what do you think about that?
Well, look, we called it. Straight after the fight, we said it was probably going to be a draw.
Definitely. Reason why I like it is it doesn't kill either one of the boxers' confidence levels and their careers.
Look, I don't like what they just did. That they picked up Serge Kongolo. No one should be celebrating a draw. If anything, you'd rather want to lose than have a draw.
Definitely. I fully agree with that.
I think they're more excited that they've taken a draw off of Ricky Tshabalala.
Damien not looking too happy. I think his man could have worked more. I think Ricky will go back to the drawing board now. Let's see if with his next fight in the same division, if he can prove something there, then he's in the right place.
Look, I think Serge Kongolo was a tough fight. You know, I think for him stepping into the middleweight division for the first time, taking on someone like Serge Kongolo takes a lot of balls. And I think if they did a rematch again, I'm certain it'll be a great fight.
Okay.